Dos Spookquenos is a proud member of
the Barelas Podcasters Guild.
The Oracle Network.
This is Dos Spookquenos,
a funnier look at the paranormal in New Mexico.
with your co-ghosts, Eric Carter Landine.
And Alex.
What's up, Alex?
Hey, Eric.
How are you, man?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Episode 2, Season 2.
2-2, son.
2. Super excited to be here today. And it's nice because I am coming off of a fucking crazy ass couple of days for True Consequences. But I'm glad to be here with you. You're definitely helping save my sanity today. So thank you.
Oh, if you're relying on me to save your sanity.
I'm relying on you to bring the funny.
I'll do the best I can.
Okay.
I will do the best I can today.
And if you don't.
And if I don't, you're out.
It's over. We're never recording again.
We're done.
So we are totally going to revisit some cool stuff today. But before we do that, we should probably talk about all the stuff that we talk about all the time. So we've got a Patreon. If you want to support our show, we are listener supported. We appreciate every patron. If you are a patron of Dos Spookquenos, you get, not only do you get like free stickers and shit, you get ad-free episodes early. You get access to great podcast episodes early. So go to patreon.com/Dos Spookquenos, or you can go and buy us a coffee at ko-fi/Dos Spookquenos. We appreciate any support you can give us because we are just doing this on our own.
Oh, we got shirts still too.
We got shirts to sell.
I'm trying to come up with some new ideas for some. I've got some in the idea bag. It seems like every time we do an episode, something comes up. So we'll see what comes out of today.
Yeah. Why did you reach into your pants when you said idea bag?
That's where I keep my idea bag. Where do you keep yours?
I love that this is audio because I could just say whatever and people probably think that that's what's really happening.
Oh my God. What is he doing?
What is he talking about? Yeah. And we disabled our website, so don't go there because it's not there.
Don't do it.
It's not there anymore. We just feel like we're going to be better as social media places instead of a website for this particular show. So you can find us at Dos Spookquenos and Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, OnlyFans.
Damn, did we get an OnlyFans?
Yeah.
That's fantastic news.
It's nothing but ghost porn.
They just they send us money not to show them our balls.
it's just ghost porn, 24-hour ghost porn. And erotic ghost fan fiction. It's my erotic ghost poetry.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, Eric. I
don't know what's happening today, Alex.
I can't wait. Am I a part of this OnlyFans? Did I know about this?
I'm telling you now.
Should I be receiving money or like?
Well, I'm trying to like get this podcast paid for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it. Okay.
Yeah, that was weird. Okay, so sorry guys. Sorry guys. So the last episode
just got so uncomfortable in this room.
It got very awkward. The last episode that we did was really spooky and sad. It was kind of depressing. Yeah. So we're trying to bring a little bit more lighthearted this episode.
I'll try.
Yeah, I think I can do it. I think I can bring some lighthearted. You know, we're gonna
better because you're already kind of bringing me down, bud. All right.
I have been a bit of a Debbie Downer the last couple of days. But I did go to Carlsbad. That was cool.
You know what? I saw a few pictures of that, and gosh, I love that place so much, man. I forget how amazing Carlsbad Caverns is. I'd love to drive down there too, because I got to go through Roswell and Artesia. That's the only other place I could think of was Artesia, and then Carlsbad.
Get to get a chimichanga at the Allsups in Bonn.
Yes. But it's an awesome place, man.
Yeah.
It's something very spooky about it in a sense.
Yeah.
There's something very eerie about walking into a giant hole in the earth and knowing that it continues and it just keeps going. What
Yeah.
you see is just a little tiny portion of it. I thought about doing one of those, tours where you have to, get a little deeper into it. And then, they said that I had to squeeze through little crevices and stuff. And I'm like, not with my ass. No, I'm not going to fit. I will die. And you'll just have to leave me there until I lost weight, and then you could pull me out.
You'll be like James Franco in that one movie where he gets stuck in that crack.
Where he has to cut his arm off.
I forgot what movie that is.
127 hours.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I had never been there, dude.
It's pretty amazing, huh?
Yeah.
So you got to go in there in the fall time, too, and you get to see all the bats come out. It's pretty just inspiring.
Just get shit on by bats.
I did.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I did get shit on by a bat.
There was bat shit everywhere.
Oh, and the smell is just horrendous, isn't it? Yeah. When you first start going down that little switchback all the way down, it just hits you like a boom.
Thank God for my mask and the filter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You had a filter too?
Yeah, I've got filters in my masks.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. Does that stop bat doo-doo?
It didn't smell as bad as it probably could have, I think.
Were your eyes watering?
No.
Then it worked. Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah. So wear a filtered mask when you go down there. Anyway, we're not here to be the tourism advertising for Carlsbad, but if you do want to pay us to advertise for you, Carlsbad,
hey man,
we will.
I'm down.
We've got nothing better to do.
Nope.
So you remember in season 1 we talked about 2 fucking haunted ass hotels?
Yes, I do.
Today we are talking about 2 other haunted ass hotels in New Mexico.
It was the Hotel Park, right?
Well, that was episode 2, I think, of season 1, but we did
La Posada,
the Plaza Hotel
and the La Posada.
Yeah. The Plaza Hotel in Las Vegas.
That's right.
That was a good one.
That was one.
This is a good one too.
That was one. That was one.
It was 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to be talking to you about a hotel that Lydia has literally been harassing me to talk about for a year and a half now.
Wow.
Yeah, every time I talk to her, like, she just brings up this hotel. Like, well, did you know that? I'm like, okay, Lydia, I get it. You want me to talk about this hotel. So here you go, Lydia. I'm talking about this hotel.
Happy.
So I am bringing you the story of the St. James Hotel in Cimarron. Do you know where Cimarron is?
North of here.
It's northeast. Yeah, so it's
not in Springer though.
No, it's closer to the mountains.
Okay.
So it's
Chama-ish?
It's just east of Taos, past the mountains, and
okay,
a little bit north from Mora.
Okay.
So it's like in a little pocket. It's a small little place.
That's where they keep their truth bag.
In their pocket? Yeah. like a decent human being?
That's where I keep mine. That's like I said.
So Cimarron was a boom town. There was a gold rush in those mountains in the 1800s.
Gold in hills.
And so it started to grow, and then eventually, like, the railroad diverted people away from Cimarron and into Taos and Santa Fe. And so that kind of killed basically the population there. And then once the gold was gone, everyone was like, we don't really want to be here anymore. So they left. But there was a dude named Henry Lambert. He was Abraham Lincoln's personal chef.
Ooh.
And he eventually became the personal chef of Ulysses S. Grant. After he was done doing that, he's like, I'm going to go to New Mexico because I got a homie there.
I think that was the actual direct quote.
Yeah. His homie was named Lucian Maxwell, who his name may sound familiar if you listen to True Consequences episode about Billy the Kid, or if you listen to the Land of Entrapment episode, we talk about the Maxwell Grant. That's he was like this rich dude that had a bunch of
land grants. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he was telling Henry, like, hey, bro, come over here to Cimarron and Elizabethtown, and it's going to be fucking awesome. And you should totally build like a restaurant and a bar here because there's a bunch of people and it'd be great. And we need something like that here. So he's like, cool. So he moved over there and he built the saloon and restaurant, and it became very popular. It became so popular that he had to build on some sleeping rooms to the property because people wanted to hang out Along with that, this is the Wild West. So this was like 1872 when he built this. There were a lot of people that were, quote, unsavory that were hanging out, you know.
Unsavory types.
I've got a good list of them here.
Okay.
Famous people who have stayed at the inn. Wyatt Earp, Jesse James, Davy Crockett. No, not that Davy Crockett, but his descendant, who was a complete outlaw and asshole, apparently.
He was just Dave.
He was
Dave Crockett.
Yeah. Blackjack Tom Ketchum.
Ooh, he sounds nasty.
William H. Bonney.
That sounds familiar.
Billy the Kid.
Right.
Pat Garrett, who killed Billy the Kid. And then you have people like Annie Oakley, Doc Holliday, Buffalo Bill, just not Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
Damn it. I was picturing it.
I knew you were.
I was picturing it.
Put the fucking lotion in the basket. So, as you can imagine, there's all these people that are like not the best people. They're kind of troublemakers. So there was a lot of problems that would happen in this hotel.
Well, yeah, they were all there at the same time. That sounds terrible.
They're all there.
I'm just kidding.
In varying times, but
put them all there at the same time. That's bad news.
But it was said that like people would talk about the hotel, the inn. Oh, who died there tonight? Or like they said, oh, Lambert took another man tonight, because that was the guy that built.
That was just the per usual.
Yeah, it was just like a normal thing. Governor Lew Wallace, who is the guy that told Billy the Kid that he would give him clemency, and then was like, just kidding. He stayed there as well. He did. He was like, nah, just kidding, bro.
Yeah, never mind.
You're going to stay in jail. As you can imagine, there was a lot of death and destruction that these people brought with them, and it is believed that there were at least 26 murders at the St. James Hotel during its heyday. And most of them were thought to have been caused by a man named Clay Allison, who was a frequent guest. This guy's my favorite. First of all, he said, I ain't never killed nobody that didn't deserve it.
Okay, well.
Maybe. I don't know. But he was known for being at the saloon all the time, staying in the hotel all the time, and also known for his drunken, naked dancing on the bar.
Who hasn't that happened to?
Yeah. But this guy was like, this is what he did. This
was his per usual.
Not only that, though,
that was his per usual.
Yeah, and not only that, though, he's like, not only is he like naked dancing on the bar drunk, but he's also shooting his pistol up in the air the whole time. Because that's
keeping it real safe for the people upstairs.
Because that's what you do, right? Like,
how drunk would you have to be to do that? I mean, my God, man. I've been very intoxicated before, but I've never stripped off all my clothes in public and jumped up on a bar. And I'm looking at your face like, ooh, you haven't? Like, you have? There was that one time in Cabo.
Not in a bar.
Anyway, I would imagine it would have to take, a good deal of alcohol.
Well, it's the Wild West. What else do they have to do? Really?
Well,
besides drink?
I guess, right? You just don't see that very often in like Wild West movies.
I feel like this is the real Wild West. Honestly,
is it the Wild Wild West?
Will Smith comes in, sues you. Yeah. So Clay Allison was definitely a character, and there's still bullet holes in the ceiling of the bar from him shooting his gun.
Awesome.
They're still there. Like I said, the rooms were added to the property, and that was in 1880, so 8 years after it was built. And this hotel was known as one of the most elegant hotels on this side of the Mississippi River.
Bullet holes and all.
Bullet holes and all. And then there's a rumor, too, that when the roof was replaced in the 1900s, that they found hundreds and hundreds of bullet shells in the ceiling.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
What?
They're just nothing. They're not very smart. That's not very smart. How many of the people have those 26 that were killed were just from their own, negligent shootings of guns?
I don't think that he killed people that way. He actually...
What goes up must come down.
He actually
right?
killed people.
Just like on purpose.
Like you're dead. Yeah.
After he'd finish doing his dance, he'd like just start popping people around him.
The sideways gun.
Oh my God. Yeah.
The kill shot. Good old Clay Allison. He was before his time.
Good old Clay.
He was before his time. Little did he know that that's what New Mexico would eventually become.
Naked shooting people.
Yeah.
Dancing.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so of course, with all of these crazy murders and crazy characters and history and everything, it's not hard to think that people would say that this place is haunted. And so the second floor of the hotel is said to be the most active.
Because that's where everyone was shot and killed.
Right. There's rumors of cold spots, lingering smells of cigar smoke, phantom cigar smoke, weird noises, just all kinds of stuff like phantom phone ringing.
Like
just like no
landline calls.
Yeah, but there's like no phone.
Weird. Okay.
Glassware flying off shelves and breaking, mysterious tapping on walls, birds just dying near the hotel, just like dropping dead out of the sky in front of the hotel.
Are they running into the windows?
I don't know. They're
weird.
There's just dead birds.
That's just where they go to.
Yeah, faucets turning on and off on their own, which is, maybe they need to brush their teeth. I don't know.
Wash their hands.
Yeah.
It is a pandemic.
It's a pandemic, you guys.
Still.
Wash your hands. Ghost 2. So one of the most notable ghosts or entities that has been described is a man who allegedly won the right to stay in room 18 in a poker match.
What's so special about room 118?
No, room 18.
Oh, what's so special about room 18?
Well, it's not necessarily special, but what happened was he was like super happy walking over to room 18 because he won.
Mm-hmm.
He was going to stay the night there, and somebody fucking shot him in the back while he was walking into his room, and he crawled into the room and died. So he died there. And apparently he's thought to be a malevolent spirit. And like, I mean,
I'd be pretty pissed too.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
I would be fucking mad if that happened. Like,
yeah.
I get to finally stay in this hotel. I don't have to take a bath in the fucking Rio Grande. I can actually like chill out. And then this fucker comes and shoots me in the back.
Did they know who did it or why he did it or anything? Or just was he a dick?
I didn't find anything about that, but
maybe they were mad that they didn't win.
Maybe, but apparently this guy, this ghost, this entity does not like other people to be in that room because he's like very possessive of it. And so, so they've locked the room.
Oh, you can't use it anymore.
You can't rent it because there's been way too many crazy things that have happened to people in it.
No.
Yeah.
Like, do you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, mostly it's like things slamming and people getting bad feelings.
Okay, we got to talk to them about staying in that room. Like, hey, I know you don't let people do it, but we're dosspookquenos.
Haven't you heard of us? We've got tens of listeners.
Tens of people that listen to us. But we're a strong army.
Yes. Yes. We will do nothing to bring fame or notoriety to your hotel.
But can we stay in there?
But you'll help us. So thanks.
Let's make that happen, guys.
Yeah. So apparently the room is no longer rented, like I said. There's also supposedly a ghost of a little person. I'm trying to be politically correct.
Okay, a little person.
Yeah.
Right.
Who likes to play tricks on people.
Oh, that's so awesome. Yes. You never hear about little people ghosts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always the ghost of children or some old lady, or whatever.
Or a creeper.
Or some kind of lurker. And then nice. So finally a little person gets represented.
And he's just like fucking with people left and right,
I mean, yeah, I would expect him to.
Yeah. Yeah. When I think of that though, I can't help but picture that fucking movie Leprechaun, which is so terrible. Have you seen that movie?
Oh yeah, man, of course. That was Jennifer Aniston's first roles.
Yeah. It's such an awful movie.
Yeah, it was really bad. There was nothing scary about it.
No.
There was nothing, and that's kind of why it was in a way good, because I love those kind of movies that are just so stupid that
it wasn't
good.
even funny though either. It was just like, this is sad.
Yeah.
I'm really sad for all of these people.
And they took it. They took that franchise
like 4 times.
No, I don't even know. They had like Leprechaun in the Hood, and like After Dark, it was like Sexy Leprechaun or something.
I feel like that needs to be on our OnlyFans. Can we make a Sexy Leprechaun OnlyFans shirt?
Maybe that's a potential. That's a potential.
Like in a bikini, but like all hairy.
with his little spindly legs.
The hat.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening right now, you guys. Apparently, so not only does he like fuck with people, but he also seems to make cameras and technology and everything go on the fritz in the hotel. Like nothing works properly. And there's a story that I have from Reddit here that's going to kind of talk about that in a minute. But before we get to that story, I found a TripAdvisor review
Yes.
that I'm going to read to you right now.
Please.
So this review is from 231 Ricks, and this is what they said. Since ghost hunting is our passion, we could not wait to spend the night in room 17, the most haunted room that is available. Room 18 is secured for safety of the staff and for respect of the ghost that habitates that room. We found high EMF readings that we could not explain at the end of the upstairs hallway. A picture of the window at the other end of the second-story hall still sends chills down our backs as we view it. Alex is laughing right now.
I'm sorry. It's the way you say it.
It's story time, motherfucker.
It sends chills down my back.
Staying in the room of the late Mary Lambert was exciting. As we were fading off to sleep, I felt a light touch on my back. Although feeling quite soothing, I noticed my wife was turned away and could not have touched my back. Upon questioning if she had just touched me, she had not. A moment later, she shivered as invisible fingers lightly touched her hand.
Ooh.
At about 3 a.m., we heard a hideous scream that seemed to originate inside our room. Upon immediate picture taking, we discovered a vortex, thought by many to be the spiritual presence of a deceased person. Besides being treated to a nice weekend, staff are very courteous, food is delicious, and the hotel is amazingly full of history.
Wait, I just pictured wait, did you say a vortex opened up and there was some lady there?
No, they took a picture of a vortex, apparently.
How do you take a picture of a vortex?
I don't fucking know, dude. I didn't write this.
I'm just curious. I don't think I've ever seen a picture of a vortex.
I don't think I have either. Unless it's a tornado. So the food is delicious. The hotel is amazingly full of history. We found what we came for, an encounter with a ghost. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's a great story.
Yeah.
It totally I picture it in my head, like this vortex, like this. I don't know how I can describe it, what I'm seeing in my head, but
Yeah.
I wish I could see the picture of it.
Me too.
That's amazing. And then they got in a picture of an apparition there as well, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, weird. So Mary Lambert is somebody I didn't talk about yet. She was the wife of Henry Lambert. Her presence, they often say, is determined, like you can tell that she's there when you can smell her perfume.
Mm.
And apparently it goes through the entire hallway of the upstairs rooms, so you can smell it in the whole hallway. And if you want to sleep in her old room, you have to keep the window shut, because she will knock on the window until you close it.
Oh, well, I'll leave it shut then, or open. I would love to see her knock on it. Right? I mean,
yeah.
I wonder how many people actually do that and then wait to hear the knocking and actually get responses and stuff. That'd be amazing.
The thought is that she wants you to be safe.
Yeah, so don't catch a cold.
She wants the window closed.
Get the Vicks out.
Because she cares about you.
You got some sniffles?
Here's some Sprite. Vicks and Sprite. There's also
that's sweet of her though.
Yeah,
that's a caring ghost. That's. I want to hear more stories about ghosts that you're cold at night, so she pulls the blanket up a little higher on you.
Yeah. Or she offers to make you chicken noodle soup when you're sick.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be nice.
She goes to the fridge and says, "You don't have any pozole. Let me get cooking."
Oh, mijo, you look hungry. That's how it happens. If my grandma ever comes back as a ghost, that's what's going to happen.
Awesome. You're lucky.
Yeah. I'll get tamales and pozole and all kinds of good stuff. So there's another entity. His name is Johnny. He was a young kid, and he is said to be a literal ball of energy, like an actual energy ball.
Okay. Not like ADD running around.
No, like
style.
An orange orb floating around.
Okay.
But people have actually seen him too. He's a 2-year-old kid with long, curly, blonde hair, and he's wearing a nightgown. because that's what
That's what they
people
used
wore,
to wear. Yeah.
I guess. Apparently, he died in some kind of fire. And so when they see him, they see his face like really scarred from burns. Yeah. People have also claimed that somebody ran into him while they were carrying a big pot of fried foods, and that's how he got burned. But he's been described as like an orange ball of light that floats around and like fucks with people too.
How do they know that's Johnny?
They just
know. They just know.
Yeah. There's two more child ghosts. They're little girls, 12 years old and 9 years old. They died of diphtheria. But apparently they're really polite ghosts.
Nice.
And they get really mad at Johnny because he's a 2-year-old rambunctious toddler ghost.
Right.
So they fight with him. I kind of want to see that, like a picture like Mortal Kombat style. Hadouken! Oh wait, that's Street Fighter.
Yeah, that's Street Fighter.
Sorry. What's up, Alex?
Not much, Eric. How you doing?
Oh man, I'm not doing so great.
Why?
Because I think I have ghosts in my blood.
You have ghosts in your blood?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure my blood is haunted.
Okay. What would you do to know for sure?
Well, I think I need to get some tests done.
Okay. Well, where is there a place that you could go to get your blood tested for ghosts?
I think so. Well, maybe not for ghosts, but maybe for some illnesses. Yeah. One of the things that I freaking hate.
Okay.
One of the things that I hate is having to call my doctor and for them to tell me, oh, your next appointment's going to be in April of 2026. Has that ever happened to you?
Constantly.
It's like every day.
Every day.
Every day. Well, I've got good news for you.
Okay.
There is a better way to do this.
Mm.
There's a company called Southwest Labs, and they can do all kinds of crazy testing on you to make sure that you don't have ghosts in your blood, make sure there's no poltergeists hanging out in your heart. They can check for STDs. They can check for COVID.
Okay.
You can get a COVID test there, and you don't have to schedule an appointment.
Yeah.
You can just walk in.
Do they do the testing like the way aliens do?
Yes.
Fantastic.
No, they don't.
Oh.
Sorry. but it is technologically advanced.
Fantastic.
So you'll get your results from a licensed doctor. They can do that via Zoom or some kind of other telemedicine. You don't have to even go into a doctor's office to get your results.
That's fantastic. How do I get in touch with them?
All you have to do is go to southwestlab.com or follow them on social media at Southwest Lab. Okay, one more story and then I'm done talking about this hotel. So this is from Reddit. Username is WordBlender.
Cool name.
Yeah. So this is called Time Glitch at the Haunted St. James Hotel, which is something I told you, like the technology stuff goes weird.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So my glitch happened in February 2010. I have a friend who shares my love of history and the unexplained. Over the years, we've explored a lot of abandoned and mysterious places together. We're both females in our 40s, by the way. Anyway, so for this adventure, we decided we were going to stay at the St. James Hotel in Cimarron, New Mexico. Now, we knew the St. James had a history of ghosts, and we were thrilled to spend a few nights in a haunted hotel. Not only would it be spectacular to see the history of the place, but it would be fun to see if we could catch anything spooky. So with that in mind, I called the hotel to make reservations. I feel like they're girl us's.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Although I probably wouldn't write about it on Reddit just because I would just make a podcast about it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Same thing.
So with that in mind, I called the hotel to make reservations. I asked about the hauntings and specifically about room 18. Most of the ghostly tales about St. James revolve around that room. The lady on the phone said that the room was haunted, but it was not available for guests. They keep the room locked up due to prior problems. The stories go that so many guests have been disturbed by something in the room that the management decided it was best to keep the door locked. Then the lady told me a story that had happened a week earlier. 2 women had been drinking at the bar. When the bar closed, they realized neither was in any shape to drive, so they booked a room for the night. As they got settled in their room and started their sexy time, one of them looked over to see a man in a cowboy hat sitting in the rocking chair watching them.
Yes.
The woman screamed and turned on the light, but no one was there. The 2 women immediately dressed and left in the middle of the night. That happened in room 23, and I booked that room for our weekend.
Oh, well, say word.
I kind of like this lady.
See, the lurker ghost, man. I mean, like, Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet there's a lot of pervert lurker
Oh,
ghosts.
for sure.
You know?
For sure. So the weekend finally comes. Amy and I are thrilled and excited to stay at the haunted hotel. We hope to see the cowboy ghost, but we aren't going to do sexy time to provoke him. We're both happily married and prefer sexy time with our respective husbands.
Thanks for clearing that up, ladies.
We hoped he would make an appearance anyway. The glitch happened on the second night we were there, but I need to relay a few things first. Essentially, the only electric things provided in the guest rooms are the lamps. This adds to the Old West feel of the place. There are no TVs, clocks, hair dryers, coffee makers, etc.
That sounds terrible.
Our first night there, we had dinner at the hotel bar/restaurant. The food was good. Neither of us drank. The bar/restaurant closed at 8 o'clock every night. So after eating, we wandered through the lobby and talked to the lady who checked us in. We heard a few unexplained things the first night, and into the next morning, we finally went to bed at 4 a.m. We got up and left around noon to explore the Dawson ghost town and cemetery. We got back around 5 p.m. and went up to our room to drop some things off. We decided to have dinner again at the hotel. It was pleasant, we had no alcohol, and we took our time while enjoying the rustic decor. We finished eating at around 7:30 and went outside to have a smoke. We wandered back through the lobby at 7:40. The same lady was behind the desk, and she excitedly waved us over. She told us that we were the only ones staying in the hotel that night, so we had the run of the place without having to worry about other guests. Amy and I were so excited. Imagine being able to stay all by yourselves in a haunted hotel. We could explore every nook and cranny. We knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime chance. What are the odds that this would ever happen and we would be there by ourselves for a whole night? We were very, very lucky to have this chance, and we weren't going to waste a single minute, so we hurried upstairs, making our plans along the way. We rushed into our room, turned the lamps on so it would be ready for us to transfer pictures and recordings. We grabbed our cameras, recorders, and coats. Quickly looking around, we decided we had everything. As we left the room, we decided we would start the night by going outside for another smoke. This would allow time for the restaurant to close and the last customers and workers to leave. We stopped at the bottom of the stairs. The hallway doors between us and the lobby were already closed. This was a little surprising because they were just open a few minutes ago, but we figured the lady must have already closed for the night. As we stood in front of the doors, we could hear voices. They weren't loud enough to make out words, but it sounded like two ladies in an animated conversation. We decided it was kitchen workers finishing up for the night. As we stood there listening to the distant conversation, we threw our coats on and stuffed the cameras and recorders in our pockets in preparation for our smoke break. Then we remembered we wanted to turn the volume down on our phones. Now, I should mention that neither Amy nor I wear watches. We both rely on our phones or nearby clocks for the time. So while I was standing in front of the closed hallway doors, we dug our phones out. The distant voices tinkled into laughter and faded away. We gazed at our phones in silence. The time said 1:37 a.m. So it was like 7:30 when they went to their room.
So, like some kind of weird time warp?
Yeah. So during the moment of silence, my mind went to the most reasonable explanation, at least for me, and that was that my phone had been messed up somehow. I flipped it open, closed it a few times. We both had flip phones, but the time stubbornly remained at 1:37. I noticed I had missed a goodnight text from my husband, and the timestamp on that was 9:12 p.m. Amy and I looked at each other and back at our phones. Hers said 1:37 also. We agreed that the phones had somehow messed up and glanced around uneasily. Our good moods became a bit more somber. It wasn't about the phones, but somehow the atmosphere felt thicker. I told myself I was just being too jumpy, and I need to remember how excited I was that we had the whole place to ourselves. Yeah, so basically...
Weird.
Yeah, so basically they...
I mean, that's happened to me before. But
really?
Yeah, usually, I have been drinking, and they weren't drinking.
Right.
So
she made it a point to make sure we knew that she wasn't
and I was
drunk.
wondering why she kept making that point, and so that kind of makes sense. I don't know. That's a weird story.
Yeah. That was it. Basically, they went outside and smoked and were like puzzled about why.
What were they smoking?
They apparently cigarettes. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But they went up to their room at 7:45. It seems like they weren't up there that long, and then suddenly it's 1:30 in the morning when like they leave their room. Like that. That's really creepy.
I wonder if that's been reported before, like these weird little instances of time lapse.
Plus, they heard those voices as well, which is weird.
Right.
They took some pictures, but they really didn't get anything from them. And they really didn't want to stay there anymore, so they just basically left the next day.
Jeez.
Because they were like freaked out.
That's crazy.
That's a weird story. And that is The Haunting of the St. James Hotel in Cimarron. There you go, Lydia. Get off my back.
You got to go there.
Yeah, and I think Lydia wants to come. You need to meet Lydia still.
Hey, so I want to talk to you about the history of a hotel first, and then I want to tell you some spooky things that might be going on there.
Okay.
All right. So the hotel that I got was La Fonda
Fancy.
in Santa Fe. And the history of La Fonda goes way back. It was the first actual inn in Santa Fe when the city was founded by the Spanish in 1607. So it's actually like the oldest hotel corner in all of America.
Damn.
Yeah. Its history can be traced all the way back almost 400 years. So picture this.
Okay.
The year is 1821.
Okay.
Cue 1821 music. A Captain William Becknell and his crew were on a commercial route establishing a little something called the Santa Fe Trail. Ever heard of it?
No.
Well, it was very important to America when it came to trade and getting goods across to the west and from the west to the east. And La Fonda was very popular among all those kind of travelers, which led to it becoming a landmark throughout time.
I just feel like the bar was probably pretty low when it came to hotels back then, because it's like, holy fucking shit, I just came from Kansas and Oklahoma and eastern New Mexico, and I'm fucking tired. And I'm sick of looking at brown nothing. Thank God there's a bed here.
Yeah.
5 stars.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 recommend.
That's all I needed. Oh, they've got water. They have straw beds. Fantastic.
Great.
That's all I needed.
Sign me up.
And a lot of people came there, especially during those times. There's, and a lot of fancy people as well. Fancy? I mean, like dignitaries, political people, etc. After New Mexico became a U.S. territory, it changed its name to the U.S. Hotel in 1848. Generic as fuck. And I wonder if white people helped in the naming of that.
I picture now, like, first it's like this adobe and it's stucco and it's like brown, and then they change it to U.S. Hotel.
Like to Walmart.
And now it's white with black stripes for some reason. Like, remember those old school generic?
Yeah. No windows, It was like a La Quinta. No, it pretty much stayed the same. And it was one of the popular features at La Fonda at the time was actually a gambling hall.
Fuck yeah.
And apparently one gambler, okay, this is where like the stories start beginning. Okay. Apparently one gambler was actually hung after a dispute in the hotel's own backyard. So after gambling, they said, nope, you're cheating or this and that. And they just took his ass outside and hung him. I mean, like in the courtyard right away.
God damn, dude. That's like serious.
Yeah. There's another story of a salesman who had lost all the company's money in a card game at the hotel. Okay. He actually had jumped down a very deep well that was located right outside the gambling hall. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a little while.
Is he okay?
No, he didn't. I don't think he made it, man.
Are you okay down there?
Yeah. The sad part is he probably didn't die right away. He just stayed in like grossing out the water for a while.
Oh.
In 1867, the Chief Justice of Territorial Supreme Court, the Honorable John P. Slough, was shot and killed. Was shot and killed in the lobby of the hotel.
It's not Gonzalez, so we don't know how to pronounce it.
It's a white guy name. I don't know. A member of the territorial legislature, Captain Rennerson, was called a thief and a liar by the judge.
Whoa.
And Rennerson was like, what? And got all offended and shot him.
He's like, you don't talk about me like that.
Right. And here's the crazy part is Rennerson was actually acquitted of it.
That is such a New Mexico.
The glove did not fit.
So you must acquit. That is like, God, New Mexico has always been fucked up about justice.
Just letting people go.
He seems sorry.
Yeah.
He'll be
I don't
fine.
think he'll do it again. He learned his lesson. It's an absolutely beautiful structure. I don't know if you've ever been there or spent any time in there.
It's gorgeous.
It's classic adobe and decorated in all types of typical Southwest stuff.
It is fucking fancy as fuck right now.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The inn, as we see it today, was built in 1922, but looks very much like how it used to from the pictures that I've seen, at least.
There's a really good restaurant there too.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that as
Okay.
well. The place has burned down several times, apparently. And in 1925, our old friends at the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railway bought the inn, which they had actually bought one of the other places that we had talked about.
It was the Whittlesey House, I think.
Yeah, maybe it was, yeah. And then finally it was leased to Fred Harvey of Harvey Houses. Super cool. And now it's time for the spookiness. So there have been many reports. Good?
Yeah.
Many reports of ghosts throughout the time at La Fonda, and people have reported seeing full body apparitions such as ghost cowboys, and housekeepers have reported seeing an outline of a body under a sheet only to remove it and find there's nothing there at all.
Jesus.
Yeah. So some of you even think they see the Honorable Judge Slog. The Honorable Judge
Coleslaw.
Yeah, Judge Coleslaw. Walking through the hallways and in the lobby as well. But more people are reporting seeing a ghostly man walking in the hotel's dining room called La Plazuela, which just happens to be built directly over a certain very deep well. And staff and guests have reported seeing the ghost walk to the center of the room and jump into the floor and disappear as if he was taking that final plunge. And I'm thinking it's probably the distraught salesman.
So that would be what did they call that kind of ghost that's not intelligent? It
just repeats the same thing over and over.
Yeah. Mr. Cluckman had a word for it.
And I can never seem to remember it for some reason. It's like on repeat. What is that?
I don't know.
Anyway.
We don't know anything.
There have been other reports that include a ghost that haunts the hallways near the La Teresa, which was a restaurant in the hotel on the 3rd floor, and another one that haunts the Santa Fe room, which I guess is like a meeting room. Mm-hmm. Now, in the groovy 70s, in those groovy 70s, a guest at the hotel had actually called the front desk and had reported having someone walking up and down the hallway in front of his room. I mean, really not... I don't think that's that crazy.
Oh my God, there's somebody
there's
out
someone
there
walking. And an employee was sent to check and see what was going on. And when the staff arrived, he saw a very tall man in a long black coat disappear in the stairwell.
Okay, that's weird.
Well, is it though? Where are we talking, man? Come on.
Well, it depends. Like, did he just disappear, or did
this
he
is the
walk
weird part.
down the stairs?
The staff member rushed to go talk to the person, but when he got there to the stairwell, nobody was there. So they have a hotel wedding suite there in La Fonda. It's room 510.
Sexy time.
And there are many stories from in there. And apparently on her wedding night, this bride was murdered by an ex-lover and now haunts the room. How very romantic. And there's a ghost cowboy who's often seen drinking at the bar.
I thought you were going to say there was a ghost cowboy watching people have sex.
Well, that's after he leaves the bar. He then goes up to the room and watches everyone have sex. Once again, at the restaurant.
Plazuela.
Once again, at Las Plazuela, which was originally a courtyard of the old hotel. Another ghost story. It is said that the high-ranking politician who was a guest at the hotel caught his wife with another man.
Oh, fuck.
And back then, they weren't playing.
I'm not joking, bitch.
Oh, he wasn't playing. They took the guy out right away and hung him from one of the cottonwoods outside in the plaza. Apparently, his ghost is seen wandering the restaurant now, probably looking for someone else to hook up with.
I just feel like the Wild West was fucking crazy. Like, they're just like, I don't like what you're doing. I'm going to fucking hang you.
We're going to hang you now. Yeah, I'm going to get my buddies and we're going to take you out and hang you.
And then everyone's like, well, he shouldn't have done that.
In the middle of the square.
Yeah.
Middle of the town square.
The plaza.
Sorry, the plaza. What? What's that, Eric?
Yeah. I'd like another one, please.
Serving it right up, buddy. So this is the story of the cigar smoking
Oh
nun.
fuck yeah! I've already loved this.
Yeah. Now, it already paints a picture in your head, right?
I'm here for this.
So Sister George is apparently seen at the inn and spa at Loretto, which I've been to the spa, and I've stayed at this place.
That's a nice place too.
I've stayed, and me and my lady, we actually had a massage at the spa. It was lovely. And they actually did mention something about the cigar smoking nun.
Isn't Geronimo in that hotel? In Spa Loretto?
Not that I saw.
Oh.
Not that I saw, but maybe.
Trying to remember where that restaurant is. It's really fancy.
She was a member of the Order of the Sisters of Loretto and also was a teacher at Loretto Academy, which was a Catholic schoolgirls school located where the inn is now from 1953 to 1968. She was started being spotted in the 70s, and the owners of the boutique at the hotel had noticed that every morning there would be an extra $10 bill in the register. I mean, it's not 100, but extra 10 adds up.
Well,
you know?
Maybe 10. I mean, when did she die?
I'm not certain.
$10 could have been a lot back then.
It was this was happening in the 70s. So on one occasion, a rack of full clothing actually levitated off the ground there.
Jesus.
And then often it is reported, kind of like how you said, that the smell of cigars fills the air, and you will know that she is around.
So, okay. I was hoping for more from the cigar smoking nun. Like, I was hoping that she would
Well, apparently she's seen all throughout the hallways. You can spot her all
I want her
over
to
the
hit
place.
people with a ruler or something.
And she's within her habit and everything. And
is a cigar in her mouth while she's in her habit?
I don't know, but apparently you can really strongly smell it. I know that, if there's any smell that's going to permeate things,
it's cigar smoke.
It's cigar smoke.
Yeah.
It'll permeate wood. I mean, it's and there's some wood there, but and I stayed at the hotel. It was a great experience. It was lovely. I'd like to go back and do a little bit more investigating.
Yeah, it's hella fucking fancy.
It really is. And, and in Santa Fe, I feel like if I wanted to go look for ghosts, I could go there and there and there and there. There's so many places, man.
Yeah, well, Santa Fe is super, super fucking old. And there's a lot of history there.
There's a lot of history. A lot of sad history.
Fucked up history.
Yeah.
So,
even the governor's mansion is supposed to be haunted. There's quite a few places downtown in the plaza that are supposed to be really haunted. So I'm down. I need to go. Every time I've gone there, I haven't gone there for those reasons. I kind of get distracted by how pretty Santa Fe is and doing other stuff, and I don't think about ghosts.
Dude, we need to go to Santa Fe. We need to stay at La Fonda. We need to go to the prison.
Yeah, same weekend.
Yeah. We need to do all of that. There's also another place that I want to check out over there.
We'll do some live streaming.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Now that I'm vaccinated.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
You will be soon. You'll be soon. Okay. Cool. Well, that was fucking fun actually, and not as much of a bummer as our last episode. So that makes me happy.
Yeah. The death that we talked about is way more a long time ago, so it's easier to
make
laugh
fun
at.
of it. Yeah. I still picture that dude how shitty you lose all your company's money and then you're just well, I guess I better just end my life now. That's
the one part is I was I wonder if it was an accident. What if he just didn't even notice what it was or whatever, and just because he was drunk gambling, blew it, and then accidentally fell down a hole. It happens. Usually more people nowadays when they're on their cell phones and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
I think he was depressed and bummed out because of what happened and how much money he lost.
Yeah. And the repercussions probably of it were going to be pretty severe.
Yeah. But would they? Okay, well, maybe they would have hung him.
Back then, yes.
Hung him, yeah.
This guy lost at a card game and got his ass kicked and hung. So,
that's true.
Who knows?
Who knows?
It was going to be bad news for him one way or the other.
So we need your stories.
Yeah. Have you guys stayed in these places? Tell me, because we can come up with another mini-sode real quick with your stories, Tiny Terror, but we need your help with that.
Yeah, we need your stories. DM us on all the social media platforms or email us at spookquenos@gmail.com. spookquenos@gmail.com. Tell us your stories. We will read them out loud your words, our mouths, your
Your
ears,
ears.
all the fun stuff. And check out Great, A Laugh at Life if you have not yet. It is pretty fucking fun.
Yeah.
There's no real theme to it other than we're just talking shit, which is what we do. But hopefully you can find it to be relatable and share your stories from that perspective as well.
Absolutely.
And what else?
Don't forget our OnlyFans.
Don't forget our OnlyFans, our Patreon, our coffee. Look out for the leprechaun videos coming soon. Creepy cowboy in a rocking chair videos. Dude, we should do a horror OnlyFans. It's just like fucking fucked up situations like that, like a creepy guy sitting in a rocking
Testicles.
chair. The old hag shows up.
I'm sleeping. I can't wake up.
I feel like that could be a good OnlyFans. Like, it's not going to be sexual. You're not going to,
Isn't that all that OnlyFans is, though?
But let's change it. Let's make it horror. Let's make it scary.
Okay.
Make it creepy and spooky.
You're dumb.
I bet you people would pay for that.
Hey guys, tell us, would you pay for dosspookquenos OnlyFans?
I feel like that's the name of this episode.
Yeah.
Dosspookquenos makes an OnlyFans.
It makes an OnlyFans.
I love this so much.
In haunted hotels.
Alex hates me, but I love myself, and that's all that matters. And we love you, the listener, very much. We're very grateful for you, all 10 of you, and for all the time that you...
I think we're up to 12 now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We are. So we are grateful for you. Tell people about us.
Share us.
Introduce them to this shit show that we have here. And with that, I think that's all we have to say. So, Alex, what's up?
Stay spooky.
Peace.